And we are live. Hello. Carson Meredith with you on this Saturday night, September 14th. Hope you are well. Hope your loved ones are well. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Hey, you know what? Earlier this week, we were worried that this weekend was going to be a mess, right? Because of good old Francine bringing all the rain with it. But thankfully, Francine decided to stay outside of wave country. So we've been treated to a good Saturday weather-wise, and we're going to keep that trend going into Sunday as well. So we got a few things to talk about tonight. All in all, the forecast over the next 10 days is fairly quiet. The two big stories that we will discuss is the heat. Summer is not done yet, my friends. And also the tropics, yet again. Another little system in the Carolinas that we got to watch for maybe a few showers by the middle of next week. But all in all, after that rainy Friday that some of us had, I shouldn't say a lot of us, but some of us had, we're going into another stretch of dry weather for the most part. All right, who's watching tonight? Judith says good evening to everybody in Wave Country. You as well, Judith. Hope you're well. Weather Geek says hello. Great weather. Had a good walk at Freeman Lake at E-Town today. Yeah, good day for any kind of outdoor plants. There's so much going on, right? We had the Bourbon Festivals going on this weekend in Bardstown. Gaslights going on in J-Town. Of course, the UK game is in Kroger Field out in Lexington tonight. I don't want to know how that's going to go for Cats fans, but nonetheless. Susan says, so tired of the heat. I know. It just won't go away, will it, Susan? We did hit 90 today here in Louisville. And it looks as though, my friends, we've got a few more days in the 90s to come. Now, look, I'm not talking highs in the mid-90s or upper 90s. So that's good. 90, 91, that's definitely on the table, though. All right, let's dive right into it, shall we? That is the live view of Jeffersonville. Well, live view of Louisville looking from Jeffersonville on our SkyTrack camera tonight. Kind of had a mix of sun and clouds earlier today. Those puffy cumulus clouds bubbled up during that peak heat of the afternoon. They're starting to fade away. Still some of those wispy clouds out there this evening. But all in all, not too bad. Here in Louisville, our current temperature is 88. Nice breeze has been with us all day, around 10, 15 miles per hour. Actually had some gusts near 20 miles per hour. I noticed earlier today here in Louisville. Dew point in the low 60s. So that kind of dew point, you notice the humidity, right? You notice it. It's there, but it's not miserable. Kind of in that middle ground, right? Definitely still feels like summer, though. No doubt about that. How about some more blue sky cameras, shall we? These are from our friends at Kentucky Mesonet down at my alma mater, Western Kentucky University. Go Hilltoppers. 84 in Bullitt County this evening, 81 in Adair County, 82 in Franklin and Shelby County. Nice Saturday evening. So if you're going to be heading out, got any plans, all good. All the showers stayed south of us today. So I've completely removed our rain chances for the rest of this evening. You can see radar, at least in our backyard, is quiet. Let me scoot things down, though, to the Kentucky-Tennessee line. You can kind of tell where the edge of the moisture is from the remnants of Hurricane Francine, right? It is basically right through here, right through Bowling Green. You get up towards Madisonville. So if you're familiar with that part of southern Kentucky, that's kind of where the bulk of the moisture is. South of that yellow line, it has been raining off and on all day with a few heavy downpours in the mix. North and east of that line, in our area, been pretty quiet. We've had a few little blips try to pop up, but so far, so good. Now, there might be a random little sprinkle here in the next couple of hours. Can't rule it out, but the chance is so slim. I don't even have it in our forecast on the Wave Weather app. We're looking pretty good for the rest of this evening. Let's zoom things out. I can show you where all the moisture is. There you see the edge of it, like we just talked about. But this particular zone has been where all the flooding has been. The last couple of days, numerous flash flood warnings. In my old stomping grounds, North Alabama, earlier this morning, they've seen 4 to 6 inches of rain just over the last couple of days down there. And that's where most of the rain is going to hang out tonight and into the day on Sunday. What does that mean for us here at home? That means we're going to stay nice and quiet and dry, but warm. Certainly staying warm over the next couple of, well, really the next 10 days. Janice says it's very nice weather outside. Yes, it is. Angela says, hello. Hello, Angela. Hope you're well. Hope you've enjoyed the sunshine today. All right, tonight looks good. Mostly clear, mild, not too bad. 65 here in the city. I'll call it low 60s if you live outside of Louisville. It's a pretty typical mid-September night. Looking ahead to tomorrow, as we mentioned, all the sunshine. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay warm. Those high temperatures at the mid to upper 80s for most. May touch 90 degrees, though, here in Louisville tomorrow afternoon, just like we had today. So very similar day tomorrow, maybe with a little less humidity and a little less cloud cover. So if you're heading down to the Bourbon Festival tomorrow afternoon in Bardstown, should be just fine. We'll keep that breeze around, too, maybe close to 10 miles per hour as the day goes on. So not too bad for the rest of the weekend. Now let's talk about the tropics, because things are still pretty busy. And, you know, September 10th, I believe, is the normal peak of the hurricane season. So if you look at all of the tropical storms and hurricanes we've had for all of history, all of recorded history, the peak of the activity in the Atlantic is September 10th, right? So we're just now starting to pass that peak. In other words, this is not surprising to see things active in the tropics. 2 systems that we'll mention here tonight, one of which is this guy. That is Tropical Storm Gordon. Everybody say hi to Gordon. That formed yesterday. And you notice the track from the National Hurricane Center has Gordon just kind of hanging out in the Atlantic, being a fish storm. That means he's just going to be out there in the ocean with all the other fish. No land impacts at all. So we don't have to worry about Gordon. What we do need to keep an eye on, however, is that orange circle you see right off the Carolina coastline. There's a low pressure that's just now getting its act together right off the coast. And there's good indications that this is going to become a tropical cyclone in the next week. I forgot to update this graphic, so ignore that 20% development for the next 2 days. It's actually 40% now. So the chances of this becoming a tropical cyclone are going up. Now, whether this is going to be a tropical storm or not, for us, that doesn't really matter. What matters is where this system will go once it moves inland. That could be the source of our rain chances as we get towards the middle of next week. So here's Futurecast. This is Tuesday night. And I caution the timing on this because there is a lot of uncertainty with when this system is going to move through. Okay. But this is the European model. It's been the most consistent model. So I'm kind of leaning towards its guidance right now. But you notice that system makes landfall, if you will, in the Carolinas Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. And you notice a lot of the moisture stays way to the east of wave country. So is this going to be a gully washer kind of rain like our friends down south are seeing tonight? No, not at all. But the big question is, where does this system go as it moves inland? Does it go more north, like so, up towards the big cities on the East Coast, Philly, New York, so on? Or does it kind of want to jog a little to the north and west, moving through West Virginia, maybe even into Ohio? If we have this northwest track right here, then we may have a few showers to talk about. But if it stays further to the east, we'll be okay. But the models are really struggling with trying to figure out where the heck this system is going to go. Okay? Watch what happens as we go through Wednesday. The European model keeps most of the rain to the east. There's some models that want to bring this thing north and west and give us showers here in wave country as early as Tuesday. I'm not totally sold on that speed just yet. But nonetheless, you notice on Wednesday, most of the rain's still well away from us. No big deal. If we're going to see showers with this potential tropical system, it looks like Wednesday and Thursday will be the main days we have to watch. But you notice, still, all the rain's out here. Most of the rain is out here in Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, so on and so forth. And all we're getting is just kind of the edge of the system, like so. We will likely have more clouds by the middle of next week, kind of blowing off from this system. But we just have to nail down exactly how much moisture we'll have. And that, of course, decides our rain chances. So for the time being, a lot of you probably won't like hearing this, but we're going to keep the rain chances low, only around 10 to 20%, mainly for Wednesday and Thursday of next week. That could still change, though. There's a lot of uncertainty with the speed of this system and how far inland it moves. What's its track going to be? So we're going to keep a close eye on it. There's no severe weather threat at all. None. Zero, zip, zilch, nada, nothing. If anything, it's only going to be spotty showers sometime during the middle of next week. You see most of the rain stays well off to the east on the East Coast. But it's just a little thing we got to watch, okay? We also got to watch the fall countdown, right? 8 days away. Next Sunday, my friends, at 8:44 in the morning, it will officially be autumn with the autumnal equinox. And if only Mother Nature got that memo. Because as we look ahead to the rest of September, you see the temperature outlook across the U.S. You see a lot of orange and a lot of red. And that means the trends are suggesting that we're going to see those temperatures remain warm as we head into the latter part of September. But there might be a cool down. There might be a cool down. I'm just not that confident in that cool down yet. Here's your 10-day. 90 tomorrow, 89 Monday. We'll keep those highs in the mid to upper 80s pretty much all of next week and into next weekend. There could be a couple of days like we had today, though, where Louisville, the heat island, it's warmer with all the cities and with all the buildings, rather, and the cars and all that good stuff, where we may get close to 90. But this is definitely above average. Our average high this time of year is 83. And we don't see anything in that ballpark until 10 days from now, when that potential cool down might arrive. Way too early to talk about, though. But it is something we're watching. So that's all I got, guys. Again, it's a pretty quiet forecast, excuse me, over the next 10 days. We'll just keep an eye on that potential tropical system out in the Carolinas, see how far inland it moves. Might give us a few showers if it does. And that would be by Wednesday and Thursday. Otherwise, we've got plenty of sunshine to enjoy and some warmer weather, whether you like that or not. I'm not a huge fan of it at this point in the year, but Mother Nature's going to do what Mother Nature's going to do, right? Back to the comments we go. Rodney, I like your energy, man. I'm digging it. Yeah, love it. Love it. Annette says we could use some more rain. I agree. You know, some of you, especially down in southern Kentucky, didn't see much yesterday. We were hoping this would be a good soaking rain for all of wave country on Friday. Unfortunately, that just didn't happen. There was a good solid band of rain here in Louisville down towards, let's say, Springfield, Kentucky, Spencer County, Washington County, Marion County, even Nelson County. That saw a good 2 inches of rain. But some of you didn't get so lucky, I'm afraid. So, yeah, we could definitely use a lot more rain than that. You're absolutely right. Let's see. Rivendell on YouTube says same thing. Hopefully we get some more rain out of this. Again, if we do see any showers by Wednesday and Thursday, it's not going to be a lot, guys. A lot of that rain stays out away from us. We'll just have to see if we get a glancing blow, if you will, from some of that moisture moving in by the middle of next week. Leanne says, hello. Hope you're doing well. Judith says, thanks for the forecast and the update on the tropics. Have a good weekend. You as well, Judith. Good to be back in the swing of things after taking some time off last weekend. Michelle asked, anything for the first week of October? Going camping. I'm actually going camping in October as well. Second weekend of October, I believe. A little too early to talk about October just yet. A little too early. Maybe this time next weekend, I might have a little better idea for you, Michelle. So hang in there. Hang in there. We'll get to October soon enough. I mean, we're already halfway through September. Can you believe that? It's crazy. Ben asked, will the humidity be lower this coming week? It's going to be similar to what we had today. Maybe a little less humid. So you're still going to notice the humidity, yes. Is it going to be that soupy kind of feel? No. So good news, bad news there. We'll have to just kind of monitor that humidity. But hopefully we see a slightly lower humidity compared to today. But in general, it'll be very similar to what we had today. Hope that makes sense for you, Ben. Let's see. Daryl, you're very kind. You're good, Carson. I appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. Weather Geek says, are my eyes playing tricks on me, or are some of the trees getting a little color? Yeah, they are. And I say that regretfully because it's never really a good thing when we're getting colored this early in the fall season. Well, it's not even really fall yet, right? It's still technically late summer. And a big reason for that, this is very similar to what happened last year, especially where I was in Alabama, where you had such dramatic swings in the weather pattern throughout the summer months that the trees candidly got stressed out. They couldn't figure out what to do. And that means that they're losing or they're turning their colors a little earlier than expected. And that also means that the colors may not last as long into the fall. I don't have the Explore Fall maps in my show here tonight. I apologize for that. I'll remember them tomorrow night. But yeah, it's not a good thing that we're seeing color already. You know, if you think about this summer, we had, let's see, we had pretty hot June, a lot of days in the mid-90s. We had a ton of showers and storms towards the end of July, the first part of August. A lot of rain. Remember that one week where we had like 4 alert days in a row because of storms? So you had that. You've had a couple of fall previews in there with highs only in the 70s. You've had a few nights with lows in the 40s. And then somewhere in the mix, you had highs in the triple digits. It's just been a very topsy-turvy summer. And trees don't like that. So that's why we're already seeing some of that color this early in mid-September. Hopefully it doesn't hurt our fall color season a whole lot, but I am a little worried about that. We'll just have to see how things play out here over the next few weeks. All right, guys, kind of short and sweet tonight since things are fairly quiet. Appreciate you watching as always here on Wave Weather Now. I do these updates on weekends, usually around 7 o'clock. So look out for that notification on your Wave Weather app. If you want to comment on any of our videos, you can go to our Facebook page, our Wave Weather Facebook page, or our Wave Facebook page. Take your pick. Or YouTube, or X, Twitter, whatever they call it. Twitch, even, for some of the younger folks out there. I don't really know what Twitch is. I know it's a streaming platform, so that's why we're there. So if you ever want to comment on our posts, you can do it on the social platforms. If you just want to sit back and talk about weather, you can watch our live stream, of course, on wave3.com. That's going to do it for tonight. We've got the Indiana Hoosiers on Wave and NBC tonight, taking on UCLA. They're out in California. It looks very sunny out there. So that'll be a good game later on tonight. We will be on with Wave News at 11 as soon as that game ends later on tonight. So if you want to stay up with us after that game, we would be glad to have you join us for the latest news and weather and sports. A couple more comments before we sign off. Michelle says, thanks. I'll remember to talk about October next weekend, Michelle. I got you. DJ King says, keep the summer temps down south. I'm trying. I remember one October in Alabama when I was living down there. First 3 days of October, we hit 100 degrees. It was horrible. Awful, awful, awful. Thankfully, we don't have to worry anything about that. Don't have to worry about anything like that here as we get into October. I can't tell you that much. All right, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I appreciate you watching as always. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we will see you again on Wave News at 11 after college football. And we'll be back here on the Wave Weather Now studios tomorrow night. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy that sunshine. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. And we'll talk soon.